do awesome.
Don't rub it in.
He works at Gear Patrol.
You were both in the meeting.
Yeah.
That's true.
This Week in Gear is presented by Crown & Caliber, the smarter way to buy or sell a luxury watch.
You drove the 2020 911. Tell me all about it.
Where do I start? I mean, we were in Valencia, Spain, on the racetrack. We're in mountain roads.
Valencia is where in Spain?
It's over on the east.
Towards France?
Yeah, France is to the north. I'll get you a map.
The Mediterranean is towards the south?
Yeah. So
If
let's say that you're looking at Spain.
Luke literally hates everything about this introduction.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bad intro so far.
Okay, so Valencia.
Yeah.
All right, you're driving Valencia.
We are. Yeah, we were in mountain roads, which is really fun. We were on these roads that are like 1 lane wide for many cars.
Closed off.
Not closed off. No. No. Please don't tell my mother.
So talk about your setup that day. Like, what are you doing on the track?
We did some lead follow laps following a pro Porsche driver in a GT3 RS. We weren't allowed to go on our own, which is probably good because I survived to tell the tale. And it was a cinch to keep up. In true Porsche fashion, these things were decked out to the nines, right? The Carrera S starts around 113K base.
113,000?
Yeah. Some of these were spec'd up to like 170.
How much was the one you were driving?
Somewhere around that, 160, 170. Because they've got carbon composite brakes and...
Did you have a manual or dual clutch?
Manual isn't out yet, but it is coming. There's a 7-speed manual coming. But what is in the ones we drove are the new 8-speed dual clutch. They're the Porsche's PDK, which is great.
8-speed?
8 speeds.
Isn't Mercedes-Benz at like 12-speed now?
Somewhere up there, yeah.
10-speed?
We're like verging on semi-truck, like 24-speed territory now, but yeah. There's like
1.5 gear.
Yeah, right.
Second and a half gear.
So, Nick, 2020 Porsche 911. What do you think? Pros?
Pros, this is an objectively good car. It is a logical progression of the 911. It handles incredibly. It goes like hell. It's build quality. It's great heritage. It's a phenomenal car. Criticisms, people will take issue with styling, at least purists will, some little evolutions. Some would say it's better, some not. But if you have that criticism, there are other options. You know, Corvette ZR1, Aston Martin Vantage, whatever.
Vantage, good point. $113,000, would you spend your money on it?
Depends how much money you're willing to give me to do this job
true,
in the future, but if I have 113K, it's hard to do better than a 911. It's a great buy.
Perfect, thanks. James Brand Ellis knife, a really close competitor with the Victorinox, but much better design, a much cooler knife itself. Tell me all about this thing.
So I mean, right away you brought up the Victorinox Swiss Army knife comparison. Yep. This one, higher grade materials, just sort of like a lot more robust, so it's just more useful.
What implements on here? Walk me through this knife.
Inside, right away, there's the knife, partially serrated. It's made with a really nice steel that's corrosion resistant, takes impact really well. They actually use that same steel to make like high-end ice skates.
Ice skates, really?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is called like Sandvik steel. Like
yeah,
exactly.
Like
chef's knives. We talked about that.
Yeah,
before.
it's a Swedish type of steel. Yeah.
Got it. All right.
So this is sort of like a multi-purpose bottle opener with a little end designed to be a screwdriver.
Flathead screwdriver.
Yep.
All right.
This is a little scraper tool. You can also use it as a pry bar to pry things.
This may be a controversial moment, but the lockback mechanism.
So the locking mechanism, they actually had to redo. Users were finding that the blade could accidentally shut on their fingers at times.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing at all. And then they redesigned it to be a double lockback.
I think that's pretty awesome that they recalled the knife, did a new design, fixed it. There's nothing better to me than that for products. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for $99, that's the price of this knife. Would you buy it?
I would buy it.
All right.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the James brand, and just like the aesthetic and just the materials they use are better than a lot of other blades you find out there.
Top notch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
This one? Okay, here we go. Meg, are you ready? We have 8 floors. I got a bunch of questions. We're gonna do it. Okay?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Ground floor. On your way out. Meg, who is your fitness idol?
Fitness idol is my old boss, Liz Placer.
Best place you've ever run?
Best place I've ever run. I ran the LA half marathon.
Last class you took, exercise class?
Last class I took, New York Pilates.
Where was the first half marathon you ran?
LA.
Trail run or road running?
Trail run.
Best workout song?
Best workout song.
Quick.
This is really hard.
Eye of the
I'm terrible with
Tiger?
music.
I don't know.
Sure, that's
okay.
great.
What's your
8 Mile,
favorite cocktail before you get out?
Favorite cocktail? Margarita.
Okay, that's it.
Great.
Meg Lampy.
Gotta go.
Get out of here.
See you soon.
Go. Bye. This Week in Gear is presented by Crown & Caliber, the smarter way to buy or sell a luxury watch. And until May 31st, Crown & Caliber is offering This Week in Gear viewers $175 towards a purchase at crowncaliber.com/Gear Patrol.
Early this month, we sent this guy, Jacob Sotag, down to Belize for a magazine story where he did some fishing. Check it out.
The gray ghost of the flats, the bonefish. Fly fishing for these elusive creatures is one of the greatest challenges in the sport. Legendary broadcaster and accomplished angler Tom Brokaw once said, "If fishing is a religion, fly fishing is high church." If true, there is no greater temple than the Belize River Lodge, where we recently spent 3 days. We went on a quest to try and land giants using the Orvis Helios 3D, proclaimed to be an absolute weapon in high winds, with longer casts and deadly accuracy. They say it is a technical marvel of a rod, equipped to deliver the biggest payloads in the most difficult conditions. With all this hype, we needed to sort out the math from the myth, so we put it through its paces to let you know if it lived up to its reputation.
So we paid you to do that?
You did, yes.
What a work trip. Okay. All right, so the Orvis H3. Tell me all about this rod.
Without a doubt, the H3 is the most scientifically accurate rod ever produced. So when you take a rod and you try to measure accuracy, you hand it to an angler, they cast it for a while and they say, oh, this feels pretty accurate.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, so you could use statistical analysis, 75 out of 100 casts were landed on a target, but that's really not that good either because you have all the environmental factors. Like
how do they
wind
differentiate this rod then?
So they actually brought in a guy who used to design nuclear submarines, they used high-speed cameras, and they mapped the oscillation of the rod tip to try to reduce the amount of movement that rod tip makes when you cast.
So really quickly for uninitiated, oscillation, what does that mean at the tip of the rod?
So when you make that cast and you stop at the end of your cast, your rod tip moves north-south and east-west.
Yep.
The more variance, they say tracking and damping, the more of that, the wider the variance for your cast. So the more, the less accuracy you have for your cast.
So in terms of accuracy, you said something to me while we were watching the film, which was that this rod is accurate to some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a moderately experienced caster, and I could cast 60 feet to a moving fish and put that fly 6 inches in front.
You don't have to be humble.
Well, I try.
Okay, we saw. All right, so you were saying you cast out 60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet, and you can land that fly 6 inches, 8 inches in front of a moving fish.
60 feet away.
60 feet away, and that's what you need when you're on the saltwater. You need something that can deliver that cast accurately and not worry about it. You don't want to be thinking about your cast when you're out.
So bar none, this is not only Orvis's flagship, but the most technically advanced rod that you've used.
Yeah, and I would say technically advanced, scientifically accurate. Certainly everybody has their own preference.
Sure.
But for $1,000, if you want a rod that you can take, you basically apply an autocorrect feature to your casting to, this is the one for you.
Autocorrect feature. All right. Thanks, Jacob. Okay, Tucker. We're here to talk about the AirPods 2, which I'm extremely excited about.
I see that, yes.
I think this is like I think the original AirPods were the most important product Apple released since the iPhone. Now that's not hyperbole. I think that they really are.
I think we need to, twist the knife and say that it's just an incremental upgrade over the first gen products. I mean, you're adding a couple new features. I love AirPods. I've been wearing them for the past 2 years. They're my favorite true wireless earbuds. They work great. After wearing these, new ones for about a week, I think the sound quality is pretty much the same. It's like...
Well, okay, so you and I debated about this on Slack. you actually got a quote from Apple, or you got confirmed from Apple. There's no improvement in sound quality.
Yeah, same acoustics.
I call shenanigans. I think these actually do sound better. Now, the one thing I will admit is that my old AirPods are kind of dirty, which might be a little gross to hear, but they are a little dirty, so they could sound cruftier, because literally they are cruftier. But that might be too much information.
Okay.
Either way, I still love the AirPods, and I think they sound better. So you can just buy the case alone too, this wireless charging case, right?
You can
how much is the wireless charging case?
Just $79.
$79.
And you can use them with your current Gen 1 AirPods. They're same everything. It's just now they can wireless charge with a case.
Can they get it in a different color?
No.
Tucker, would you buy it?
So I still have the Generation 1 AirPods, and they're still amazing. I love them, and so it's kind of a hard sell because this feels like a small upgrade to me.
A small upgrade.
If you use wireless charging pad and you use it to charge your iPhone and you use it as part of your everyday life, and you want to like not deal with any kind of cords or any more cords, this is a good upgrade. Otherwise, it seems like something you get only if you lost your app.
I think these things sound better, and I'm gonna stop listening to you by listening to them.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Fair play.